Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I've been very keen on listening to what governors say when an event is held in their areas, most probably when the president is in attendance. And actually, I got this from Kisii Governor Simba Arati. And when he made that statement directing it to the president, the reply that the president gave for this statement by Simba Arati, I saw it like it is not genuine, and it really looked like that of someone who felt cornered and had no option but only to accept the lie that he made to the people. So now, but because he could not accept it just as straight as it is, he tried to make something so that the people can see it like that is what prevented the stadium to be built. So remember, the president had promised the Kisii governor, Paul Simba Arati, 2 years ago that he will give him money to complete the Gusii Stadium. But up to date, the stadium has not been completed. But when Simba Arati made this statement, I wanted to listen to it.
Mheshimiwa Rais, uwanja huu tupo. Nakumbuka wakati baba Raila Amolo Odinga alikuwa hai, tulikuja kule State House. Wewe mwenyewe ukasema utatupea shilingi milioni 500 kwa uwanja huu. Tafadhali utakaposimama Mheshimiwa Rais, wewe tuambie procurement imefika, ndiposa tumalize uwanja huu. Mheshimiwa Rais, uwanja ukikimbia namna hii, ikifika pale laini 3 zinakufa. Kwa hivyo lazima hii kiti yote ibomolewe, uwanja usongezwe nyuma, na tunakuomba one of the public holiday kabla mwaka hujaisha, tafadhali uifanye hapa Kisii.
But I want you to listen to the president's reply as well.
Mimi nilituma watu wangu wakakuja hapa. Walikuja wakafanya utafiti, wakasema ya kwamba shamba haitoshi. Mimi nimekubaliana na viongozi wa hapa, ile agricultural show iko nyuma hapa. Sasa tumesema hiyo show tuhamishe iende mahali pengine, ndio tupanue hii kiwanja, tujenge stadium ya kimataifa hapa Kisii. Mimi nataka niwaambie watu wa Kisii, watu wa Agricultural Shows of Kenya wamekubali, na mimi nimetafuta pesa ya kuwahamisha. So wewe Simba usikuwe na wasiwasi. Hiyo pesa ya kuhamisha watu wa show mimi nitalipa waweze kuhama. Na wakihama mimi narudi hapa mwezi ujao, wakati nakuja maneno ya airport, mimi nakuja kutengeneza hii stadium.
So the reply can really tell you the lies that the man tells the people. Marao is sent people and they took the measurements of the land. Wakapata ni ndogo, so he needs to move the agricultural show to I don't know which area, of which even that agricultural show is saying he had already communicated to those officials and they accepted to relocate that agricultural show to another place. A simple question. When the president sent these guys that is saying he sent to take the measurements of this land, did he inform Simba Arati that he has sent some guys there and they've measured the land, but because the land is not enough for building that or constructing that stadium, he has posted that job? And you know, if you want just to know how the lie is true, You know, he waited for all these 2 years. When Simbarati came out to say it publicly that he had promised to complete that stadium, is when he stands to say that he had organized what he had planned. You know, that is just a lie. With me, I may be too harsh to judge the president on this, but I see it as an excuse of not doing that thing that he promised to do. He is someone who was cornered, and when he was seated there, he just came up with that to tell the people, you see. That is not an excuse to give the people. But ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, allow me just to make a humble request that if you are watching us for the first time and you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, like our videos, comment, and share. And to those who have already subscribed to this channel, we say thank you very much for your continued support to this channel, dear ladies and gentlemen. Now, keenly following Arati's speech, still, you realize he referred to Oparanya as a dog in Swahili language when they were attending a Linda Ground event in Kakamega some few days back. And that statement he made there made that some of the Western leaders to complain and talk bad about it. And it brought tension. But now, after all that complaints from the Western leaders, Arati had to make this reply. And I want you to listen to this reply.
Najua ni juzi nimesema kule Western kwa Mheshimiwa Oparanya kwamba we have sent 5 our German shepherds tumeituma katika serikali ya William Ruto. Na mheshimiwa, hizi umbwa zetu kubwa zikiwa hapo zinafanya kazi nzuri. Tafadhali uzifundishe adabu kidogo ndio zikirudi kwetu ziko sawa. Sisi tuko tayari kufanya pamoja na kazi. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Oparanya, wale watu walikuwa wanapiga kelele, usijali. Mimi I meant you are the best from our party that we have given to the president. Kwa hivyo nataka nimalizie hapo.
So he tried to make it decent by using the term German Shepherd. You see. But if you look at Oparanya's reaction from where he is seated as Arati is addressing him, you can clearly tell that Oparanya is not getting it well still with Arati's statement. Because actually, what Arati could have done, he could have just apologized and make it have some sense to Oparanya. But if he still makes it this way, trying to make it decent, of which Oparanya is not finding it well, then with me, I'm seeing it as an intentional, and he is trying to provoke Oparanya. Now, the president also tried to explain to the people that attended this event about what the statement that Moody's gave, that our country is more stable, or our country has moved to be a stable country.
Jana, Moody's, an international credit rating agency, wamesema Kenya has now moved to a stable economy. That is not William Ruto saying. That is an international credit rating agency saying. So we are telling the people of Kenya, we are on a journey to making Kenya the great nation that we always wanted it to be. Together, working as a people.
So you see what the president is trying to do? The president is trying to make it realistic by saying it is not me who said, they are the ones who said. Meaning, he wants everyone there to believe that now our country has moved to a stable economy, that we have now to support the president so that he continues with the work and move us forward. That is not something very realistic. Because I can ask you, is this economy stable? With the 11 billion Kenya shillings that got lost from the SHA scheme? Is this country getting stable with the ghost schools and hospitals that when the school capitation is being paid, the ghost schools also receive the capitation? And when the drugs and the hospital money is being sent, the ghost hospitals also receive that money. Is that how stable the country is? And by the way, let me tell you, there was certain amount of money that was paid to this our country to enable or to ease the grade 10 transition. And some few days ago, the president said that the heads of the schools should allow back the students either with school fee or without, either with uniform or without. But the president made that statement and he pleased the parents, misled the parents, and even misled the country for just populism. Right now, the parents are stuck. Can I ask you, do you think that a parent who has failed to buy uniform can buy books? Do you think if I failed to buy uniform, can I buy books? Can I buy food? Can I buy that blanket? Will I manage to buy the mattress? What of the other things remaining that are required for this student to learn? Sometimes our president, I think William Ruto, always see the people he leads as fools.
Watu wa tutam mukae hizi viti za hapa mbele msikize. Nyinyi watu wa one term mungoje huko nyuma mtatumia watu wa tutam hii video. I want you to take your phone and Google and you will find out. Just Google Kenya receives 180 million euros from the World Bank. That is 30 billion shillings in 2025 around November, December. And it was specifically to help Kenya transition her children. Oh, you need to read this. To help Kenya transition her children to grade 10. Hii yenye ilikuwa inasumbua. Kenya had received 30 billion. By the way, if you take 30 billion, yani 30 na 09, and divide by 22,000, why is it 22,000? Because capitation ya high school, when we had a government that was using common sense, capitation ya ilikuwa inapatiwa high school ilikuwa 22,000 per child. So if you take 30 billion and divide by 22,000 per child, utapata kwanza, hii pesa tulipewa na World Bank. Watu wa tutam, bado mko hapo? Hii pesa tulipewa na World Bank December, ilikuwa inafaa kupeleka watoto 1.3 million to grade 10. Just you do your maths. Google, if you think I'm lying, you'll see we got 180 million euro. Na tukapromise you another 38 billion zinakuja. Watu wa tutam, bado mko hapo? Aya, wacheni niwaambie. January 2029, tunaanza kulipa hii deni. Tunaanza kulipa hii 30 billion. 800,000 kids hawakuwa wameenda shule. And when the head of state spoke in Meru, he never mentioned about this 30 billion. Alisema, and I want to quote him verbatim, watoto warudi shule kama hawako na uniform ama hawana uniform. Ile siku wazazi watapata pesa, watalipa. He never spoke about the 30 billion that we got specifically for the children who are going to grade 10 na tulipewa na World Bank. That's why uko kwetu Dagoretti South niliona watu wanasema ati tuna form group, tunachanga tupeleke watoto shule. I was like, no, pesa ya watoto iko. Ilipeanwa 2025 November, December. Na ni World Bank ilipeana. Na ilipeana specifically ya kupeleka watoto grade 10. So hii 30 billion, ukidivide by ile capitation inafaa kupewa mtoto ya 22,000 shillings. You would find that it would take 1.3 million children to school for a year. But ile kitu muhimu ni tutam, si ndio? Watu wa tutam, si tumesema nyinyi ndio mnakaa hapa kiti ya mbele. Watu wa anta mi video si yenyu, lakini mnaweza tumia watu wa tutam. Just know that Kenya received in excess of 30 billion Kenya shillings. And that money was supposed to, in fact, there is a provision that we were supposed to have one classroom in every school. Sasa enda ulize mbunge wako, huyo mbunge mwenye ana support tutam anazunguka huko, muulize hiyo one specific classroom ya World Bank iko wapi? Iko wapi? Read the terms, they are there for you to Google. Usikue lazy, usiseme fanya mambo anakudanganya.
So where is that money? You know, if that money was sent, where is that money? I'm not getting to buy his stories. He should just finish this term and go. Because why should I support two term? I don't see the reason. Maybe if you have a clear reason, you should tell me. But with me, I'm not seeing the reason. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this podcast. And if you've watched the podcast and you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell, like our videos, comment, and share. And to those who have already subscribed to this channel, we say thank you very much for your continued support to this channel, dear ladies and gentlemen.